Hey there and welcome. I'm Luna, and if we haven't met before, I'm the creator of Submissive Guide. I've spent 16 years writing, teaching, and coaching submissives, helping people just like you build confidence, develop healthy dynamics, and find fulfillment in their submission. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're going to talk about writing submissive affirmations. This episode is made possible by our amazing Patreon community. If you'd like early access to podcast episodes, receive new content, updates, and exclusive freebies from Submissive Guide, join us at patreon.com/subguide. Did you know you can join our Patreon community for free right now? By joining, you'll get notifications of all of our public posts, including event announcements and more. Just head to our page, click the 3 dots in the upper right under the banner, and select Join for free. To unlock even more, including exclusive educational content, early access to everything we publish on the website, and all the other member benefits, simply become a paid patron. We'd love to have you with us. I've been using affirmations for over a decade, before I ever wrote about them or coached others on how to create their own. At the time, I was just trying to get through some tough personal growth. I'd fallen into the habit of criticizing myself constantly, especially when it came to my submission. I doubted everything, if I was good enough, submissive enough, and whether I was ever going to get it right. My therapist introduced me to affirmations, and they were among the tools that helped me get out of that cycle. They weren't a magic fix, but they gave me something solid to hold on to when my inner critic became too much. By choosing new words and repeating them to myself every chance I got, I was slowly able to shift my way of thinking. I replaced old thought patterns with new truths. And those truths helped me to become more myself, both in my submission and in the rest of my life. Over the years, I've seen how powerful affirmations can be, not just for me, but for so many others. When used with intention and consistency, they can reshape how you think, support you through emotional struggles, and reinforce the kind of submissive you want to become. They can bring your focus back to your values, your strengths, and your purpose, even on the days when you feel like you're floundering. I'm going to show you how to write affirmations that work. Phrases that sound like your voice, your journey, and your submissive experience. I'll cover how to create them, how to practice them, and how they can help you build a more positive, submissive mindset. If you've ever struggled with negative self-talk or felt unsure about your path as a submissive, this is a tool worth learning. And if it feels awkward at first, don't worry. It did for me too. But over time, those words can become powerful reminders of who you are and who you're becoming. Section 1. Developing a positive, submissive mindset. Before we dive into how affirmations can improve your submission, it's important to understand how your submissive mindset shapes how you show up in a DS dynamic. The submissive mindset isn't universally defined. It's not a checklist of common traits or a preset personality you step into. It's deeply personal, a place that is unique to the way you relate to your dominant, how you experience service, and how you process your role in the dynamic. No two submissives will define it the same way, and that's exactly how it should be. For many submissives, the submissive mindset includes a sincere desire to please. Serving your dominant often becomes a meaningful expression of love and trust. It's not just about obedience. Our mindset is about paying attention and noticing needs before our dominants do, and offering our submission with purpose and joy. We often look for opportunities to ease or uplift the lives of the people we serve. This mindset also includes prioritizing the relationship, not in a way that ignores our responsibilities or needs, but in a way that values the relationship. Many submissives give serious thought to how their submission is expressed, how expectations or rules are honored, and how their behavior is speaking to their dominant. When we mess up, it may feel acutely personal, even painful, because our submission is a space where we are investing ourselves. But it also is something we can rebuild with patience and honest reflection. What separates a positive submissive mindset from a negative one is how we respond to the moments we struggle. A positive mindset allows room for imperfection and views mistakes as learning experiences. It focuses on the values we want to embody: grace, humility, eagerness, obedience, not because we've mastered them, but because we desire to cultivate them further. A negative mindset, by contrast, tends to dwell on what we lack. It gets stuck with our failures, compares us to others, and quietly reinforces the belief that we're not good enough. This inner dialogue doesn't serve us. It destroys our honest efforts in submission and can eventually separate us from the joy and fulfillment that brought us into this lifestyle in the first place. That is why affirmations are such a valuable tool. They give us a way to purposefully change our mindset. By choosing phrases that support our submissive growth and reflect who we are or desire to be, we can ultimately trade in the negative voice in our head for a softer, kinder voice, one that tells us that we can do it, we're figuring things out, and we're enough. Affirmations help strengthen the mindset we need to thrive as submissives, not just in how we serve, but in how we see ourselves. Section 2. Why submissives should consider using affirmations. Affirmations may sound like feel-good practice pulled from self-help circles, but they have a rightful place in submission. Why? Because submission often requires deep emotional work. We are constantly examining ourselves, our wants, fears, habits, and desires. Many of us struggle with self-doubt, shame, or internalized messages that tell us we're too much or not enough. Affirmations help rewrite those internal scripts. When used with care and repetition, affirmations can reframe those harmful thought patterns and help you build more trust in your submission. They can help you reconnect with the whys behind your submission and ground you when you're lost. You may even find that they offer a positive reminder when you're stuck in self-criticism, or serve as an insight that you are capable of growing into the submissive you want to be. If you've ever caught yourself saying, "I'm not doing this right," or "I'll never be good enough," you've already experienced the power of affirmation, just in the wrong direction. This work is about turning that around. Step 1. Start with what needs healing. Before you can reframe your negative thoughts, you need to identify what beliefs are quietly working against you. Think about the phrases you repeat to yourself, especially when you feel inadequate or ashamed. Do you hear an inner voice that tells you you're not doing enough? That you should be more obedient, more graceful, more pleasing? Those thoughts, whether conscious or not, become background noise in your head and can hold you back from growth. Write down one or two of those persistent negative beliefs. Don't be afraid of what you uncover. This process isn't about judgment. It's about awareness. Once you've named the thoughts that need to change, you can begin to soften them into something more truthful, supportive, and healing. Step 2, flip the script. Now take those negative thoughts and begin rewriting them. This is not about faking confidence. It's about finding some version of the truth that you can begin to believe. Here are a few examples to get you started. I'm a bad submissive becomes, I am growing into the submissive I want to be. I'm always needy becomes, my needs are valid and worthy of care. I should already know how to do this becomes, I am allowed to learn and grow at my own pace. I'm weak when I cry becomes I am safe to feel and express my emotions. I mess everything up becomes I am capable of learning from mistakes and showing up fully. If a statement feels impossible, soften it. If saying I am enough feels too hard, try something like I am willing to believe I am enough. It is possible to learn new things. Or I am open to trusting myself. You don't need perfect faith. You just need a doorway to possibility. Section 3, How to Write Affirmations That Work. As you start crafting your own affirmations, there are a few key things to keep in mind that will help them feel natural and effective. Use the present tense when you write. You're not looking to say, one day I will be whatever. You're claiming the experience now, even if it's still unfolding. A phrase like, I am capable of obedience, helps build confidence much more directly than, I hope to be obedient someday. Keep your affirmations personal by starting with I or my. These are your beliefs, your truths, and they deserve to reflect you. Stick with positive phrasing too, since your brain tends to latch onto strong emotion and vivid imagery. If you say, I'm not scared, your mind still clings to the fear. Saying, I feel calm and grounded is more effective in shaping your internal experience. And don't worry about being overly poetic. Simple, short phrases are often the most impactful because they're easy to repeat and remember. If an affirmation still feels too far out of reach, shift it gently. Statements like, I am willing to believe, or I am open to learning, allow for growth while honoring where you are right now. If it helps you feel more connected, try adding emotion to the language. Instead of simply saying, I follow my dominance guidance, you might say, I feel proud to follow my dominance guidance. That emotional charge can make the words more meaningful and memorable. Section 4, Using Affirmations in DS Dynamics. Affirmations aren't just a solo self-help practice. In the context of submission, they can become a part of your daily ritual or protocol. Whether you speak them aloud during a morning check-in, write them in your training journal, or whisper them quietly before bed, they're a tool for connecting with your role. You can use them to ground yourself after a difficult scene, to soothe yourself after your dominant corrects you, or to reconnect with your purpose when things feel fuzzy. Some submissives like to share their affirmations with their dominants, while others keep them personal. There's no right or wrong approach, just what feels right for you and your dynamic. If there are values that are important to your relationship, like grace, presence, obedience, or surrender, you can shape your affirmations around those themes. It sounds like no big deal to repeat a line like, I serve with presence and devotion. But over time, it becomes a touchstone, something that brings you back to your center when your confidence wavers. Section 5, Affirmations as Habit. Affirmation writing is only half of the process. To take root, they need to be repeated with intent and with time. Saying them out loud while looking at yourself in the mirror is one of the most powerful ways to build belief. Yes, it can feel awkward, but try it, especially first thing in the morning or before bed. Look into your own eyes and speak the words as if you mean them. If speaking isn't practical or doesn't feel comfortable at first, writing is a great alternative. Keep a journal where you handwrite your affirmations daily. You might notice that your handwriting shifts over time or that you begin to add your own language and emotion naturally as the practice deepens. To further ground the affirmation in your body, try placing a hand on your chest or wherever you feel tension and breathe into the words as you say or write them. This simple act of physical connection helps bridge the gap between thought and embodiment. You can also fold affirmations into your daily routines. Say them while brushing your hair, tying your shoes, preparing your lunch. Some people like to use technology by saying quiet reminders on their phone or using an affirmation as their lock screen background. These small touches keep the practice close, even on busy or stressful days. What to do when the words don't feel true. If you find yourself resisting the affirmation or thinking, "This isn't real," that doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It means you're telling yourself something new, and your old belief hasn't quite let go yet. You're not trying to lie to yourself. You're offering your mind a new possibility. So be gentle. If "I am confident in my submission" feels like too much, try "I am learning to trust myself more in submission." If "I am beautiful" feels uncomfortable, try "I am willing to see beauty in myself." Meet yourself where you are, and that's the best part of the process. Over time, the resistance softens. The unfamiliar becomes familiar, and the words once said out of hope become something you truly feel in your bones. When you need additional support. Sometimes affirmations alone aren't enough. If you're struggling to connect with any kind of positive self-talk, if it feels hollow, fake, or triggering, it's okay to seek additional support. Talking to a therapist, especially one who is familiar with power exchange relationships, can be very helpful in uncovering the source of your resistance and a path forward. We'll provide some links to kink-friendly therapists in the show notes. Mindfulness meditation is also an excellent companion practice. It brings awareness of your thoughts without judgment and gives you space to gently reframe them over time. Affirmations and mindfulness together can help you move from automatic self-criticism to conscious, compassionate growth. Remember, this work isn't about perfection, it's about intention. Writing submissive affirmations isn't about faking positivity or pretending you're something you're not. It's about choosing to believe in your worth, your growth, and your submission, even when it's still a work in progress. Start with one truth you want to believe. Say it, write it, breathe it. Let it become part of your daily rhythm. Let it anchor you when things feel uncertain because you are already worthy of love, structure, guidance, and care. You don't need to earn it through obedience or silence. You already are enough. Sometimes you just need to say it until you finally feel it. Thank you for listening to our podcast. We hope you learned how submissive affirmations can help you develop your truths and build a positive mindset. We would love to hear what you've learned from this podcast. Find us on social media at explore.subgui.de.